coming up this week, it's my final training run before a big 10k event taking place in just a few days' time. So if you've been watching recently, you all know that I've been banging on about a 10k event for like ages now, and it is only a few days until it actually takes place. Finally, it is here. So I'm going to venture out for my final training run before that event, and I haven't done very many 10ks lately. You will know why if you've been watching the videos recently. I've done a few, but not perhaps as many as I would have liked to have done. So today, really important to me to do a 10k, get a 10k under my belt. Now the 10k event that I'm going to be taking part in, it's a very different affair to how it's worked in previous years because of the kind of the COVID world that we now live in. It's the Bournemouth Supersonic 10k. It's called Supersonic. Sounds great. And it last ran in 2019 and I took part in that event, but it was very different then because it was my very first ever 10k, and of course now the event's got to be handled in a kind of COVID secure manner. So there are going to be it's a different route actually. So the previous one, the start line and the finish line were actually really close to each other, but this year they're really far apart. In fact, the start line is about 5 miles away from the finish line, so there's a big difference in kind of setup. It's not so good for the spectators, but actually they're kind of discouraging spectators from attending the event at all.
Well, I gave you all my love and I gave you all my trust and I gave you everything that you need, but you only told me lies and you made me realize that, babe, you ain't no good for me. I can't be with you, you can't be true, and I know just what I got to do. Gonna hit the ground running just as fast as I can.
My expectations for the event, if you've been watching the videos recently, you'll know I've sort of slightly lowered my expectations of where I think I should be. But that doesn't mean that I don't want to do well. So that's why I'm going out for a 10k run today. That's why I'm trying to still put in the effort. Now, it's interesting because they have starting positions according to your estimated time. So when I did my very first 10k, in fact, the last time this event ran 2 years ago, I had to guess my time because I'd never done a 10k before, ever. So I think I put something like 1 hour 15. They put me right in the last group at the very back. And this year I put in an estimated time of 55 minutes, which I think was what I was aiming for when I entered the event. However, I have to be honest and say that that's kind of not really where I think I'm going to be. I hope I am, but but anyway, that's the time I put in. So I'm sort of in the middle group now. I'm not at the back because at the front it's all the elite UK athletics runners, the people there that are trying to get good times for entry in other events and all that kind of thing. They're really important, the really top people are up the front. Then they've got another group and I'm sort of in the middle group. That puts a little bit of its own pressure on, I suppose, in a way, because it's kind of, well, I'm expected to do under an hour, I think, in that group. So I kind of want to do that.
Make it easy, simple as 1, 2, 3. Make it easy, simple as 1, 2, 3. Make it easy, simple as 1, 2, 3. Make it easy, make it easy. Let go of the burdens that weigh you down. Throw all of your cares out the window.
Right, finished my run. I'm so pleased to have a 10k under my belt. I'm going to stick a time up on the screen actually. And most of them were over 6 minutes. I had a couple of kilometres there that were below 6 minutes, which I think is the best I can hope for really in next week's event. Try and do a few more like that and just kind of see what happens.
Make it easy, make it easy. So come on, can't you see it's a break?
I finished my run, just recorded that quick bit of video saying I finished, and then the heavens have opened. It started raining. So it was forecast like that, and that's one of the reasons why I've actually come out a little bit earlier than I normally do for a run. So that's good, but not quite as early as next week's run because the event is taking place at 9 o'clock. I mentioned about all the COVID things. Another thing, for example, you don't think of this, where they have the drinks lined up, instead of people kind of throwing them at you in that little area, they're going to be put on tables and you can run along and pick one up yourself. Now, because I think the timing for me is going to be really tight, I might just take my own drink, because I find that just this little bottle I've got here is absolutely fine for a 10k. So I might just be able to skip through the drinks area, because I mean, I don't know how many other people are going to be there that might slow me down, and I might slow other people down. So, but I can understand why they're doing it like that. I've no criticism. That's the way they've got to do it. So fair enough. Anyway, there we go. There were other things I was going to say about the event, but I can't really remember. It's all a bit of a blur in my head. Really, it's just a kind of, I've just got to go out and just do the best that I can next week, and see what happens. And really, kind of what will be will be. And it's just going to be great to be able to take part in an event after so long. It's been 2 years since I ran with anybody else. Actually, I did the event in 2019, this same event, and that was in October 2019. I did a park run a few weeks after that, but that is the last time I ran with anybody else. I've run on my own ever since. My wife's come out with me on her mountain bike to accompany me a few times, but to be honest with you, no, I've run on my own for 2 years, best part of. So it's going to be really quite something to be running with a lot of other people. So that is the next video. Make sure you subscribed if you want to see how I get on in the event. Don't forget to hit the press the like button if you've enjoyed this video. I am getting wet and I've still got to walk home. That's good. It'll cool me off anyway. I'll see you for next week's video. Thanks so much for watching.